Future viewers, I'm afraid I have bad news. That cave does not lead directly to that prison that our new friend was talking about. Instead, it leads outside. We know what that means. Granted, Shining Force CD is not as bad about that as Shining Force used to be, but, well, just you wait. Oh, that terrain looks familiar. Yep, we gotta deal with this. Oh yeah, the game forces cashing into the party for this battle. I'm not terribly happy about that. By default, it replaces the last person in your party, and I'd like to level him up some more. So I manually replaced Apis, even though Apis is amazing and caching is not. But this is a temporary thing. I considered replacing Sig and just having Cray and Mayfair being my healers, but honestly I'd rather have Cray just hit things. Anyway, there's two paths here. The one to the left actually has a decent amount of planes there, and the one to the right does not. So, some decisions are going to be fairly easy, like I want Claude and Gian to move to the right. Probably Roos as well. I think warriors have a pretty decent movement through bad tiles. As far as archers, we want one on each side, of course, and centaurs are exceptionally bad through forests, so Stox is going to the left. Roos might not be as good this way as I thought, but whatever, cannot be helped. And this is one of the nice things about Beast movement. He's a little like Xylo that way. So at least we have some resources to bypass terrain this time. Cray is going to the left for sure because his base movement is 5, and that's not going to work well with all those forests and hills. As far as actual healers go, Mayfair is staying to the right. Oh, okay. So those guys are not staying still, are they? It's gonna be tough getting kills for Wendy. Wait, why did I move Claude that way? I'm sorry, I was not thinking about what I was doing. So it might be something to do with the map, but the selection seems just a slight bit glitchy here. Well, as long as it doesn't cause a game crash, I guess we'll be fine. Yeah, I kind of figured it would go that way. I think with 1 or 2 more levels, he'll be able to tank just about anything physical around here. Oh yeah, I promoted caching because why not? It's not like I have to use an item for that. Oh, well that's not good. Does anyone nearby have... Oh yeah, well... I should be worried about this, but I'm kinda not. Just because there's no real follow-up on that. Always have a follow-up. So how much danger am I from this one? Yeah, anyone who moves up there... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, anyone who moves up to attack in melee is going to be hit by another spell, so I want to be careful with that. I don't think anyone over here has a way of removing poison. So we're going to get that annoying message a lot. Oh! Shade does. Okay, never mind. Potential problem averted. I would send Sig up there to hit the gargoyle without worrying, but it's not quite close enough. Oh, well that's actually pretty timely. I like that. And it feels so good when critical hits and double attacks are not wasted, you know? Yeah, that's where Nick is at right now. One thing Shining Force likes to do after Shining Force 1 is to give you a use for the hero's magic aside from Egress. Usually this comes in the form of Bolt, which, as I've mentioned before, is a very strong spell. Which, also, if you are the sort of person who likes to use Egress every now and then, gives you a little bit of a question on what you want to spend his MP on. Well, you know what kind of run I'm playing, so it's less of a quandary for me. Let's not be too silly. Let's not give more multi-targets than we absolutely have to. Of course, in this case, Nick's physical attack deals a lot more damage than Bolt. But once we get Bolt 2, there will be times when we can hit a lot of targets with it, so it can still be worth it by merit of total damage. Ooh, that's good. I thought that he might not be able to pull that off. Well, one of the nice things about having attack that's based off of your base rather than any weapons is the attack spell works differently now than it used to. It used to be a straight up 15 extra attack points, which is... Well, first of all, that's a huge amount, and second, it's best, or the effect is most dramatic on characters that have kind of low attack to start with. But in this game, stat boosters work differently. They are a function of whatever the character's stats were beforehand. Which means that characters that depend on weapons gain less of a boost than characters that don't. Now that being said, Wendy has quite a few more levels to gain before she gets the attack spell. And getting those levels is not going to be easy. That's why I was kind of playing around with the idea of not leveling her up at all once I started getting replacement characters. But I think I'm going to give it a try. Who knows? Maybe it'll come in handy later. Oh, another thing. I've been trying to figure out what would be a good way to show off how Berwick Saga works. I talked about these games being unreasonably hard, but I actually think I was being a little unfair. There's actually a lot of interesting things about that game that I want to talk about, and cramming that all into one video is going to be a little tricky. This does not mean that I'm going to make a full series of this game, mind you. Don't get your hopes up on that. That is getting good enough at the game to do that. That is a journey that I'm not ready to get started on just yet. Not for a good long time. If ever, to be honest. There's just so many other things for me to work on. Alright. Shade is over-leveled. Gyan is not. Still. I'm not going to use the antidote herb yet because the worm might attack him again. No. Let's see. Roos would also be good to get that kill. No, not Dispel. Oh, good. So, the left side seems to be doing just fine. This might kill. Oh. I'd like to kill the gargoyle, but... looks like that might... Well, Apis... Why do I say Apis? Caching might be able to do that. Having Craze hits being dodged, it hurts me a lot. I kinda depend on those. Oh, you're being, very active, I guess. Oh wow, 2 hits and 1 was a crit. Well, I'm glad it happened here and not those previous times when they were attacking one of my mages. Alright, Stock can do it. I do not want that thing flying around and casting another Blaze 2. Oh wow, Stock's stack growths are getting better as he gets further into the promoted levels. I like that. I'm glad I sent so many people to the left because there is a lot of fighting to do over here. It's looking a little rough. Yeah, the main reason I gave Kashing his promotion is so that he could use the Chrome Lance. Alright, that's actually a pretty good setup. I like that. Ooh, so I have a good terrain defense bonus here, but still, that is scary. Over here things are looking okay. A lot fewer enemies at once. So one of the complaints I have about these maps full of slow terrain is that the battles are also slow. But at least on one side of it, turns out not to be the case. I actually have to deal with a decent amount of stuff, and there's some pressure on me, so that's good. Okay, you just shot him with the antidote. I think that's pretty funny. I like that. Whoa, slow one is melee range? I did not expect that. Anyway, I think I'd better be safe about this. You never know when you're gonna have a bad turn order. Something else kind of occurred to me with the situation we have right now. Wow. Okay. That's two really heavy attacks that got blocked. But okay. That's... Yeah, I keep getting surprised by how strong my archers are, even though I've been using them for a while and I really should have a better idea of what they can do. Alright, as long as we don't have any crazy double attacks, I think we'll be okay. However, it does mean that the other one is likely to move soon. Alright, okay. This is okay then. I was just talking about how I prefer to have Cray attack rather than heal, but in this case, I'm not going to take a chance. Especially because the other Bone Knight is likely to attack very soon. I actually think it would have been more clever to have those guys on the other side. Like, on the left side you would have the melee characters with decent movement for the parts with the planes. That would be on the left side, and on the right side we'd have the more flying characters and characters able to attack at range, so they could put pressure despite the low movement. But I'll go with this. This is okay too. Oh, right. Never mind. Right. I don't think I even need a spell for this. Like, their attack power is pretty much okay as is. Well, never mind, Yisha's is. I forgot that I didn't even give a better weapon to Wendy. But that's okay, Yisha needs experience too. Like, yeah. That's the number that I was expecting there. There it is. Now we've gotten started with Bolt. Bolt 1 is not great, but as I said, Bolt 2 is going to be a big deal. Oh, I see. So, next thing to do is, whenever I get the opportunity to buy or even change gear again, get a decent weapon for Wendy, because you never know. So Claude is no longer a tank. I did, however, give him the Protect Ring. So that'll make him at least a little bit less vulnerable. I want to make sure to do that because he is likely to fly into dangerous situations. Now that's definitely gonna kill it. Okay, sure. Oh! Okay, I was thinking, that's a little bit odd. One-hit kills don't usually happen. And that's... Okay, I'm not gonna jump to too many conclusions here, but in Shining Force 1, that was the best arrow in the game. Unfortunately, I can't initiate trade in whichever direction I want, but that's okay. Well, I can't say they chose the wrong target that time. I think Roos's defense is still better. By the way, I semi-confirmed that leveling up in this game works in a way that you might expect from a more conventional game, which is... I mentioned that Shining Force 1 had opinions about what your stats should be. And if they were too high or too low, they would be adjusted in the growths at certain levels. This game is not like that. You can use your stat up items without fear of having that growth wasted later. I appreciate that. Okay, I guess we've got bad defensive luck this time. It's nothing that would cause extremely serious problems, though. So let's try out that heat axe, huh? Well, they are tanky and they're in heavily defensive terrain, but still. That is at least a little bit intimidating, so good on them. Oh, no. So many things to confirm in this game. I don't think this is going to be a kill, but it might set up a kill for Mayfair. That would be good. Yeah, that's perfect. Don't counterattack. Don't you dare. They're really going out of their way to prevent Mayfair kills, aren't they? Oh well. And look whose turn came up next. So I do have a backup plan for this. So the Demon Rod is very strong. Yep. As you can imagine, having a weapon that's cursed has its drawbacks. Oh. Okay. One, of course, is that you can't unequip it, but that alone would not be a big enough reason. Because, I mean, it is an amazing piece of gear. The main problem is that it causes you to skip your turn sometimes. That's not good. It's especially not good for a healer. I think that if it was anything other than a tanky unit in 30%, that would have been enough to kill it. But that's okay. It was worth a shot. Nice little status symbol thing. Anyway. Yeah, they go pretty heavily for the archers, don't they? Well, for good reason. They do deal pretty good damage. Oh, not moving forward? Even though they're in attack range? Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk getting this attack blocked. And we've got our aura. All of a sudden, leveling her up is not going to be so much of a problem. Did I forget to heal Nick? Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. It's gonna take a little bit, but I want to set up an aura formation right now. Okay, now they're moving. Yeah, Cashing's defense is not great. So Claude needs to go soon. Come on, Claude. Anyway. Oh, lovely. Detox 2. Best thing. No, no. Ooh, this is gonna be lethal. Well, figuratively. Never mind, it wasn't figurative. And I am really glad that I was able to kill him in one shot, because the game is usually not this cruel, but I wouldn't put it past him to have that enemy actually use that healing rain item. That would be bad. I'm gonna have Stock hang back a little bit. He's had enough for now. Okay, that's fine. I have no problem with this guy being targeted. I do have a bit of a problem with her being targeted, though. Alright, I need someone with... Okay. So she's going to get KO'd because of poison, I think. I think Blaze 2 will be able to beat that ghoul because of the whole weak against fire thing. So because empty heals work now, we're going to have a fun situation. Well, aside from Aura actually being a legit good choice here. Now, it was toned down a little bit, but I can just keep using the rest of my MP for Aura here and keep leveling Mayfair up if I want to. Her level is... she's not really far behind right now, so I don't have to, but I can, and that's pretty liberating. And that's it for Sig's healing reserves. Let's see, Yisha is actually pretty much okay. This is a little overkill, but I'll go with it. I think I've run out of things to say. You already know my opinions on Wendy's spell learning table by now. Alright, I think he's just about caught up with us level-wise and possibly stat-wise. Well, we know that Minotaurs are traditionally very hard hitters. Okay. So about things like the Heat Axe and the Halberd. They turned out to be critical to my playthrough in Shining Force. Although for reasons that did not reflect very well upon me. Specifically, I had just run into a situation where enemy defense increased drastically and my attack was not up to it. So, even though it's not amazing magic, the defense piercing ability of those item spells turned out to be very nice. Well, as long as I have the Demon Rod, I might as well use it. Ow! I kind of take it back. Maybe priests are supposed to be really strong if you're, you know, desperate enough. Yeah, that's probably not worth a whole lot anymore. Should I use the heat axe as an item? I mean, this guy is weak against Blaze. So yeah, that actually seems like a good idea. It's not that kind of spell. I mean, we've already observed that it can be used this way. And I kind of like how the game demonstrates that weapons can be used like that by having the Lizard Man do it. Alright. I'm glad that didn't damage the heat axe, though. That thing is kind of expensive. And yep, Minotaur is also really tough. Okay. Well, it is standing in mountains, or hills, but still. I don't think he's going to gain a whole lot of experience, but I also don't want the Bishop casting Heal 3 on the Minotaur. It's weird. We're in Chapter 3, but we're dealing with stuff that's pretty far into the end game. Well, no, that's actually not quite right. I actually think now... Yep. There we go. You can still move. In Shining Force 2, the stun effect comes before you're even allowed to walk, I think. I guess I'll go with it. Oh, okay. It'd be nice if someone told us what the Shining Force legend was, but fine. Oh. Say what? You know, they usually... The whole point of doing something like that is to tell your opponents first, to make them kind of hesitate in what you're doing. Just doing that without telling anyone, that kind of defeats the purpose of holding hostages? I don't know. Well, let's decurse. It was useful. Oh wow, you actually have to remove poisons out of combat. I was wondering if... I know that it didn't go away on its own in battle, but... Wow. Okay, I should be a little less cavalier about that. I knew that removing curse costs more, but I didn't know it was that much more. Well, maybe it depends on the item. Okay, well, I've learned my lesson. I guess that's it for now. Well, thank you very much for watching. I guess I learned an important lesson today. And the next map at least will be indoors, so that'll be a bit of a mercy. Thank you as always for watching. See you next time.